Are you looking for the best espresso machines? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best espresso machines on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Breville Barista Express. The Breville Barista Express is, without a doubt, our favorite espresso machine. Our in-house baristas agree that it offers everything you need to create quality espresso shots, cappuccinos, and other delicious espresso drinks. It grinds, pulls, steams, and offers a ton of creative freedom for those interested in experimenting with different roasts and brewing options. The Barista Express produces rich and fairly consistent espresso that our testers describe as having sweet undertones and rich, beautiful crema. We also think it boasts the best steam wand of all the machines in our lineup. It produced the finest, most elegant microfoam during our tests. Even better, a slew of preset functions make it a friendly option for beginners. One of the most impressive features is the machine's ability to maintain pressure and heat, even while producing back-to-back brews. Having reliable pressure makes this unit a perfect choice for entertaining friends or family vying for their morning caffeine fix. Consistent pressure is crucial for pulling delicious shots and creating silky microfoam each and every time. We thoroughly enjoyed the shots the Barista Express produced through its 54mm porafilter. The extraction yield landed at 19.4%, which is right in the sweet spot. But, if you're solely focused on espresso, the La Pavoni and Rancilio Silvia produced some of the best shots that were smooth and balanced with the appropriate viscosity, though both come with trade-offs to consider. Namely, these may both lack convenience features that would make them easier to use for beginners. In general, we believe the Barista Express is more suited for users with some latte-making experience, but even if you are a brand new home barista, it could be worth the learning curve. It's user-friendly enough to accommodate newcomers who have the time, desire, and patience to master its nuances. The interface is the most intuitive among the machines we tested. One of our testers predicts that brand new users will feel confident after making a few lattes on the machine. This semi-automatic machine has an inherent learning curve thanks to its complexity and many custom options. Its grinder is a little slow, but it does offer 16 different settings. When it comes to cleaning and maintenance, we found that this unit requires a little more pampering compared to some other machines like the Flair Classic, which doesn't require any descaling. The Barista Express needs to be descaled and the water filter needs to be replaced every couple of months with regular use. There are also a lot of parts on this machine to clean. There's also the obvious elephant in the room, which is the price tag. However, if you're willing to invest a little extra cash, you won't be disappointed. At a lifetime cost of 83 cents per shot, it's actually significantly less expensive than heading to your local cafe. Number 2. Breville Bambino. The Breville Bambino does exactly what an espresso machine should. It pulls a thick and rich shot. While it doesn't necessarily compare to the most tricked-out models in our testing, we were still impressed with the quality of the espresso produced by this machine with its 54mm porafilter, perfect for making decadent and fragrant espresso shots. And in this price range, you will be hard-pressed to find something that comes closer to making a cafe-quality cappuccino. Our expert baristas ranked it as one of the easiest machines to use, and it has a small space-saving design, 6.3 inches by 13.7 inches by 12 inches, that is good for those short on counter space. Although it might not be the best espresso we've had in our lab, it certainly is the best you will get for this price. Tester Michelle Powell says, even picky coffee drinkers are going to be more than satisfied with this little workhorse. Espresso aside, one of our favorite features of the Bambino is the steam wand. In our testing, it scored nearly as well as the Breville Barista Express for its microfoam texture. We appreciated that the wand is fully manual and allows for more experimentation with angles and techniques needed to get a perfectly smooth microfoam. It has a powerful and consistent stream that produces beautiful results again and again, and one of our testers remarked that as long as you're willing to go through the effort of manual milk steaming, this machine can get you cafe-quality results. This model is more affordable than most espresso machines on the market, with a 67 cents lifetime cost per shot, and it lacks some accessories that are included in higher-end machines, namely, a good grinder. However, it produces espresso that is quite a few steps up from other budget options we tested and impressed us. The Bambino is great for users who already have some of their coffee supplies lined up and want to round out their coffee-making arsenal. If you appreciate good coffee but like to switch up your daily brew between espresso, pour-over, and French press methods, the Breville Bambino could be a good supplementary machine that saves space and a few bucks compared to other models. While the Bambino is genuinely an excellent machine for the price, we think that those who value convenience above all else will wish it came with a grinder. Purchasing a separate bean grinder means spending more and using more counter space. And depending on the grinder you purchase, it could almost negate the savings of the affordable Bambino. However, if you already have a grinder that you love at home, then a smaller and cheaper machine could be a plus for you. Lastly, we weren't huge fans of the included plastic tamp, but this is easy to replace with a heavier weight metal one if it bothers you. If price is your number one consideration, and the Bambino still feels out of budget, the Casabrews CM5418 is one of the most affordable options we tested, and it still makes good quality shots. But if you want a great home espresso without spending multiple hundreds of dollars on your machine, the Breville Bambino is our top recommendation. Number 3. Casabrews CM5418. A capable machine at a bargain of a price, the Casabrews CM5418 impressed us with its espresso shot quality and ease of use. It's not a chart topper, but relative to the more advanced, premium-priced espresso machines we tested, it held its own. This machine regularly pulled good-tasting shots topped with delicate crema through its 51mm portafilter. In fact, we recorded a virtually perfect 20.7% espresso extraction yield during our testing. The steam wand produced velvety microfoam when steaming milk, too. It's also quite compact, taking up very little counter space. Plus, it's one of the cheapest machines to purchase and use among those we tested, which means daily latte drinkers will quickly recoup the initial purchase price if they cut out the cafe runs. The simplicity of operating and maintaining the Casabrews is where it really shines. Setup is a cinch. All you have to do is fill the water tank, give the machine a minute to heat up, and then run water through the steam wand for 10 seconds. Only the Flare Classic was quicker to set up, and that's because it has no electronic parts. The 4 buttons on the face are clearly labeled and intuitive, and there is a basic dial on the side that controls the steam wand pressure and hot water dispensing for Americanos or teas. Cleaning and descaling aren't that complicated either, and you only need to decale after 500 brew cycles. Those seeking the best bang for the buck in an espresso machine will find the Casabrews a practical choice. Our in-house barista, Leslie, said that it is a pretty low cost per shot and per drink, at 60 cents, which is based on our calculations of the lifetime cost of owning the machine. However, it's best for households that only need to make 1 or 2 drinks at a time since it needs time to cool down between making drinks. It also doesn't have the advanced features and material quality of more expensive machines, but it will fit nicely on a kitchen counter and make a tasty beverage. That said, the lower quality of its components and construction are apparent when in use. For one, the espresso machine shakes rather vigorously when pulling an espresso shot. And the steamer works, but it is a bit finicky. The steam pressure is low no matter how you adjust it, which means it takes some time to properly foam up milk for a cappuccino. Also, the machine struggles to make multiple drinks one after another and needs time to cool down, or it can burn the coffee. For a machine that can better handle back-to-back drinks, consider spending a little more to upgrade your purchase to the Breville Bambino. Number 4. Rancilio Silvia. Delivering flawless espresso shots is what the Rancilio Silvia does best. Its brews were fan favorites of our hand-picked by our expert baristas, one of whom remarked, "If you tasted a shot from this machine and a shot from your favorite coffee shop side by side, I doubt you'd be able to tell the difference." The Silvia gives the user ultimate control over the entire infusion process. This results in heavenly espresso with a respectable 18.9% extraction yield, but it also requires a solid knowledge of the intricacies of pulling a shot, so you'll need skill to dial in this machine. Next to its top-notch espresso, we absolutely love this model's clean industrial look, old-school rocker switches, and rugged design. Plus, it has a large 76-ounce water tank and an ideally sized 58mm portafilter that is commonly found on commercial-grade espresso machines. The Sylvia's functions are straightforward, easy to understand, and allow for an endless amount of customization and experimentation, and when used well, our tester notes, the results are spectacular. We think experienced baristas will get this machine and be drawn to the ultimate freedom it gives them. It will also appeal to brewmasters who are ultra-focused on espresso quality. However, the Sylvia has a fair amount of oddities that may annoy and frustrate both serious and casual users. Our lead barista, Leslie Robinson, says, "The Sylvia is perfect for those who don't mind looking past this machine's annoying quirks in order to keep their eye on the prize, the ability to produce amazing, cafe-quality espresso." This unit lacks a built-in grinder, so if you don't already own one, you'll be shelling out additional funds to outfit your home cafe. The Sylvia is already expensive, it's on the higher end of the lifetime cost per shot spectrum at 90 cents, so this extra cost needs to be considered. Additionally, its steam wand is unforgiving of those who don't have a lot of experience steaming milk. Lastly, it lacks a pressure gauge, its drip tray is super shallow, and it requires a ton of experience to achieve the best brewing results. However, if you're skilled, or are willing to learn, you have VIP access to top-grade espresso. If the level of expertise this machine requires doesn't appeal to you, take a look at the Breville Bambino or its older sister, the Breville Barista Express. Both are semi-automatic machines that can produce great quality espresso at the push of a button. Number 5. Breville Bambino Plus. The Breville Bambino Plus is the little engine that could of the espresso machine world. It's super compact and easy to use, and it produces espresso and microfoam equal to, or better than, the larger, more expensive machines in our review. Newbie baristas will love that it steams and foams milk at the push of a button, pulls shots just as easily through its 54mm portafilter, and comfortably stores behind a cupboard door, giving it a space-saving edge over larger machines. We like nearly everything about the Bambino Plus, but our most loved feature is its automatic steam wand. You simply need to fill the milk pitcher, place it under the wand, and press a button. The machine does everything else. This feature is ideal for on-the-go early risers who want a fully adorned latte but who don't want the hassle of steaming their milk, which can often take a lot of practice for beginners. We think this unit's push-button conveniences and automatic steam wand are perfect for beginners. Simple, intuitive, and beginner-friendly are perfect adjectives for the Bambino Plus, says in-house barista Leslie Robinson. Its smaller size, 7.6 inches by 14 inches by 12 inches, will also appeal to apartment dwellers, RVers, those living the van life, or anyone else who needs to maximize space. As for negatives, the Bambino Plus doesn't include an integrated grinder, so you'll need to factor this into your budget, and your shelf space. It ships with a ton of cool accessories, but doesn't offer any built-in storage for them. Also, the drip tray is very small. The Bambino Plus's espresso tastes very good and produced a decent 18.4% extraction yield, but it's not great. However, as a whole, our review team agrees that this is an amazing machine and is a perfect companion that can produce good-tasting shots and decent steamed milk in foams, all for a reasonable price, especially for those who prefer a compact model. Regarding value, it's generally mid-tier with a 75 cents lifetime cost per shot. If you'd rather pull your own shots with a manual-style lever, you may be drawn to the La Pavone. This pricey unit appeals to coffee lovers who want to showcase appliances that add flair to their kitchen. However, the La Pavone is more than show. It produced some of the best shots of all the models in our lineup. If you want a manual model for a fraction of the price, the original Breville Bambino is just the ticket.